One of the most surprising headlines in global aviation has just shaken up the industry. A name that carries huge weight in American aircraft finance, GE Capital Aviation Services, has signed a deal worth $2.2 billion. But here's the twist that no one saw coming. It wasn't Boeing or Airbus that got the order. Instead, GE turned to China's C919 jetliner, a move that could reshape the balance of power in commercial aviation forever. For decades, the world of passenger aircraft has been ruled by only two names, Boeing in the United States and Airbus in Europe. These giants have been the twin pillars of the skies for more than 70 years, providing fleets that airlines across every continent depend on. They've poured billions into research, engineering, and design, creating jets that have become household names in air travel. In fact, for so long, breaking into this duopoly was considered nearly impossible. That's why GE's decision to place a huge bet on China's C919, a jet built by the Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, COMAC, has shocked experts around the world. It isn't just another purchase, it's a signal that the age-old dominance of Boeing and Airbus may finally be under threat. So why would a respected American company walk away from the comfort of tried and tested aircraft to invest billions into a relatively new Chinese jet? Let's break this down. First, we need to understand how Boeing and Airbus have controlled the skies. Together, they account for nearly every commercial passenger jet you see today. They've created a duopoly, meaning they essentially split the market between themselves. Airlines that wanted new planes had no real choice but to pick one of the two. And it's no surprise building a jetliner is one of the most technically demanding projects in the world. It requires advanced aerodynamics, industrial-scale manufacturing, and the ability to meet extremely strict safety standards. For decades, newcomers weren't even taken seriously. But China saw an opportunity. Backed by its vast industrial power and strong government support, Beijing launched the C919 project. The goal? To build a homegrown jet that could stand up to Boeing's 737 and Airbus's A320, of the most successful planes ever built. Many experts laughed at the idea, claiming China lacked the experience to design, test, and certify such an advanced machine. And indeed, the early years were tough. Delays, technical hurdles, and skepticism filled the headlines. Then, in 2017, the C919 completed its first successful test flight. It was a turning point, proving that China's dream wasn't just a fantasy. The aircraft began its long road toward certifications and global recognition. Slowly but surely, interest grew. Regional airlines in Asia and the Middle East began placing orders. And today, COMAC boasts over 1,200 confirmed orders from 36 airlines worldwide. That number alone is stunning. But what really shook the industry was GE Capital Aviation Services, an American company with deep ties to Boeing and Airbus, choosing to buy 20 of these planes. For GE, it's not just about taking a gamble on a Chinese jet. It's about economics and strategy. Let's talk about price. A Boeing 737 MAX 8 costs around $121 million. An Airbus A320neo is about $110 million. The C919, roughly $99 million. That's almost 20% cheaper than Boeing and still 10% cheaper than Airbus. Multiply that difference across 20 aircraft, and you're talking about hundreds of millions saved. But cost isn't the only factor. Airlines live and die by efficiency. Fuel is one of the largest ongoing expenses for any carrier. Even a small reduction in fuel burn can save millions of dollars per year. The C919 is designed to be fuel efficient and boasts lower maintenance costs thanks to its newer parts and systems. Combine those savings with faster delivery times, since Boeing and Airbus are currently facing long production delays, and you begin to see why GE jumped in. And then there's safety. Boeing's 737 MAX suffered two devastating crashes in 2018 and 2019, grounding the entire fleet worldwide and damaging Boeing's reputation. Airlines began looking for alternatives, and COMAC positioned the C919 as a trustworthy option that meets international safety requirements. With each successful test flight and certification milestone, confidence in the aircraft grew. Interestingly, the C919 isn't purely Chinese. It's actually the product of international collaboration. Its engines, avionics, and key systems are supplied by top companies around the world, including GE Aviation itself, which provides the engines That means GE isn't just buying planes, it's also profiting from the components inside them. For them, it's a win-win situation. Asterisk, this order is about more than planes. It's about the future of aviation. If the C919 continues to prove itself, Boeing and Airbus will no longer have the skies to themselves. We could see a new era of competition, innovation, and affordability. Other countries like India or Brazil may even follow China's path, developing their own passenger jets to challenge the status quo. Asterisk, for now, Boeing and Airbus remain dominant, but the cracks are showing. Jay's $2.2 billion bet is a historic sign that the world is ready for alternatives. And whether you see it as a risk or a bold leap, one thing is certain: the rise of the C919 has officially begun. Asterisk, the skies, once controlled by just two giants, are opening up to a new player. This could very well be the game changer that redefines the future of flight.